Greetings, beautiful people. Welcome to week 2. So, our week officially started yesterday, January the 11th, and it ends on Friday, January the 15th. I posted an announcement in Canvas yesterday, but this video agenda, I'm going to try to clear up some confusion. So, what's on the menu? I'm going to talk a little bit about the Achieve platform, the research study that I'm hoping that you will be a part of, the topic for this week, the assignments for this week, and a little bit about the group project. So stay tuned. So what is Achieve and why are we using it? I know some of you are confused, frustrated. You're wondering like, why do I have to do this? Well, the truth is, it's an excellent resource for you, and we really are privileged to have an opportunity to use the Achieve platform. We were granted access to the Achieve platform because we're part of a beta test. Now, I'm really hoping that all of you will sign up for the research study, but regardless of whether you choose to sign up or not, we were gifted this Achieve platform for this semester because I agreed to be a part of the study. So essentially, you get a free ebook, you get all these adaptive quizzes, you get thinking critically activities, how would you know activities, a bunch of different resources, a bunch of different tools to help you really master the learning objectives, to really understand what psychology is. So if you do the assignments, basically you'll learn what psychology is. Now, when I was teaching face-to-face, I would do activities with my students, and I miss being able to interact with you. But using the assignments and the activities on Achieve, you get to still engage with the material and kind of like interact with your other peers because you can talk about the assignments and stuff. So I really, really encourage you to do the Achieve assignments on a weekly basis. Now, what's going to happen is we're going to get on a routine where you'll have about 5 or 6 assignments due each week. These assignments won't take that much time, but you are expected to spend about 3 hours in our course. So even if you spend an hour on the Achieve platform, that still gives you 2 hours to read the textbook, to collaborate with your peers on the group project and other stuff. So I would say take the time. Now, some people may finish it in less time than that, but you know, the point is you get points and you learn the material. So it's like a win-win for you, for me, for everyone. So let's, get on board with this. All right, I'm gonna keep it real with you. I don't have makeup on. I'm kind of in my sweatshirt. I'm chilling. But I really, 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 really want you guys to participate in this research study. Right now, I looked at the numbers. Only half the students in one of my class has signed up to even get the Achieve platform. And keep in mind, it's free and it's required. And in the other class, I have like 25% of the students. So whether you agree to be in the study or not, you really need to get on the Achieve platform. That's step 1. But step 2, if you agree to be a part of the study, you can get $40 for free just for sharing your opinion. I mean, come on now. Don't you want that $40? Plus, I'm going to offer 5 points extra credit for any student in either of my classes that decide to be a part of this research study. And you might be thinking, well, what is the research study? The research study is simply sampling the material, right? Reading the ebook, doing the activities, which you have to do anyway, because it's required for our course. But then you'll be sharing your ideas, your opinions on what worked, what didn't work, how they can improve the platform. So you're going to get paid to share your opinion. So totally do it. I'm going to have more information available this week, today, and tomorrow, and I really want to get people signed up for this study because, like I said, the reason why we're getting the free ebook and the access to the Achieve is because I agreed to be a part of the beta study. And we're talking like $120 value per student. So it's kind of like a pretty big deal. So I really won't take much of your time, and you get free money. So, think about it. So our topic for this week is like an introduction to psychology. So last week you basically, read the syllabus, kind of got to know everybody who was in the class. This week you actually started reading the course textbook. And psychology is the scientific study of behavior and mental processes. So if you're someone who's interested in understanding why people do what they do and why they think what they think, then you're in the right class. Now, obviously, you're going to get transferable credits, right? A lot of you are here because it's a general ed requirement, but there's so much good information in this class that I really encourage you to read chapter 1 all the way through. Some chapters I suggest skimming, but this is one of the chapters that you really need to read every single word. You're going to learn a little bit about the history of psychology, and some people think that psychology started with good old Sigmund Freud, but that's not true. Some people will say that psychology started when the grandfather of psychology, Wilhelm Wundt, did an experiment in a lab in Germany, and they say that's kind of where psychology started. Others will say that psychology really took root when William James decided to publish a textbook on the introduction of psychology. And William James is the guy who put an American stamp on psychology. But in reality, psychology has a really long history, and this short video doesn't cover the scope of the history of psychology. But if you watch the videos, and I've included in Canvas, that'll give you a start. And also, I'm probably gonna make a video specifically on like the introduction to psychology. Now, one thing I will say is that you want to be able to understand the different modern perspectives. And the modern perspectives are just different ways to understand why people do what they do. So just to give you a snippet, you're going to learn about the psychodynamic approach, the behavioral approach, the humanistic approach, the cognitive approach, the biological approach, and the evolutionary approach. And I'll go into these in a little bit more detail on a follow-up video. But just know that each of those different approaches or perspectives are ways to understand why people do what they do and think the way they think. Okay, so this week you have one way to earn points, and that's by completing the orientation in Achieve, and you'll get 5 points for that. All the other assignments that you have to do this week are all non-graded. For example, if you haven't read the syllabus, you want to go back and make sure you read the syllabus. Chapter 1, if you haven't read chapter 1, you want to use this week to read chapter 1. You also are going to get assigned a group this week. So this week I'm hoping that you and your group members will start to figure out, who each other are, and you can start talking about how you plan to contribute to the group, what strengths you have, and so that's pretty much what's going on this week. Okay, the group project. So just to be clear, there is a group project in this class, and you will be researching an assigned topic and working with assigned group members, and the final product is either a PowerPoint, a video, a Prezi, a script, but it's not a paper, but it's basically you're going to be researching your topic, working with others, and then presenting that information to the class in a virtual format. Now you will earn up to 100 points for completing this project, and I've broke it down into kind of like smaller tasks. So I encourage you to go to the group project module, and I will be updating that as I am updating the course, and stay tuned for more. We made it to the end of the slideshow. Just to recap, I'm hoping that you're going to consider being a part of the Achieve study, and you're going to take advantage of the wonderful resources that are available in Achieve. Keep in mind, it's not optional that you complete the Achieve assignments. That part is required. But whether or not you share your opinions and participate in the study, that part is optional. You want to complete the orientation this week. You want to make sure you have read the course syllabus and you read chapter 1, and you want to get started connecting with your group members in Canvas. If you have questions, comments, or concerns, please use the questions thread to pose your question. You can also email me, and I'm happy to set up a time for us to talk via Zoom. I don't telephone students, but I'm happy to communicate with you via Zoom. And some other things that I want to mention is just that if you email me, make sure you include the class that you're in. I'm teaching 6 classes, so I won't know offhand which class you're in if you don't say it in the email. Also, if you need help, you don't need to apologize. I'm here to help you, and I sincerely want to help you. So That's it. Au revoir.